Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome back to more of Planescape Torment. Okay, I don't remember anything. I'm gonna say, which is a very common theme, because it's been like that for every other game I've recorded recently, is I just don't remember what's happened. Maybe that's the mage spell, whoops. Maybe my journal will help. So we have to find Craddock. Oh, that's right, yeah, find Craddock for Bane the Tender. Find Nestor's Fork, wherever that might be. Free Angar from his dead contract. Return it to him and his wife. Get rid of Nestor for Arlo. Oh, right, yeah. Nestor's the guy that we need to get the Fork of. Fork for. Wait, so... Pretty sure the person we need to get the contract from is from in here, is he not? I'll check my journal again, shortly. Yeah, the Gathering Dust Bar. I'm pretty sure it's in here. So... Mortai Gravesend. We should be within the Gathering Dust Bar. When I obtain the contract, I'll take it back. Okay. So that's Seer the Skeptic. Dustman. There he is! Mortai Gravesend. So... This tiny... wizened man is dwarfed by his huge dustman robes. They look as if they were chosen to cloak his small stature. Although he looks to be in his late 90s, this man is extremely energetic. He fidgets continuously, and his eyes dart around the bar like a bird's. Greetings! The man's eyes gleam as he takes your measure, and he gives a slight nodding greeting. Hail and well met, traveller. You look like one who is just getting their sigil legs about them. He trails off. Pardon me, have we met before? Your face seems familiar somehow. Possibly, are you certain it was me? Maybe I was mistaken. Mortai shakes his head. Well, no matter. How is it that Mortai Gravesend may help you? Do you seek... He clucks his tongue as he speaks. The contract, perhaps? Ah, there we go. Mortai Gravesend, are you the dustman who signed the contract with Angar? Mortai frowns. He looks puzzled. Mayhap. He thinks for a moment. I do not recall the name, however. I would like to settle that contract. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, that's probably what I should use. As my way of kind of persuading him. Mortai looks wary. I'm afraid that is impossible. The contract is signed, settled, and binding. The contract is tearing the man's life apart. He probably won't care about that. What are the other ones? Like other options. Just curious, never mind then, have some questions. I suggest you hand over the contract right now or I'll butcher you where you stand. That's a truth. So anyway, I might settle the contract with you. I'm gonna go with number 2. I get the feeling that might be one that's successful, but we'll find out. So the contract is tearing the man's life apart. It's causing him distress. It's possible that he may not even be able to approach the true death with such emotions churning in his mind. Mortai chews it over for a moment. It looks like you've negotiated him into a corner. I cannot. It is a matter of law, my friend. Besides, the burden lies upon the signer to overcome his own feelings in order to reach the true death. I cannot... So what you're saying is that you'll deny him the true death for the sake of a piece of parchment. Mortai sighs and holds up his hands as if to placate you. Look, it is not how you are making it out to be. You obviously hold the philosophy of the dust men in contempt... to damn a man's soul over a piece of paper. Do other members of your faction know of your conduct in this regard? If not, they soon will. Oh my god, this is awesome. Mortai glares at you for a moment, opens his mouth, closing it, then opens it. By the 9 hells, wait here. He drops his voice to a whisper. And keep your bone box latched. He gives an angry scowl and stomps off. Wait. Hey! Oh my god, that's awesome. I love being able to settle things without having to go to combat. I don't know, it's just such a more fulfilling feeling. A few seconds later he returns. He's holding a dusty piece of parchment, which he gives to you. Here, he sniffs disdainfully. All for a man's peace of mind. Now be gone and nettle me with your preachings no longer. I will leave. For now. Farewell, Mortai.
I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it.
Oh shit, you see? Damn it, of course. I do like that. I couldn't carry anymore, so I had to drop it. Morador's Ruby. Ooh. Wait, so where's the quick... Oh, it's combat logs. Where the hell... Oh, it's quick loot. It must be his Ruby. Or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'm confused. Oh, Angyar's dead contract. I had to drop something in my inventory to make way for it. Okay, that makes sense. What about Mort? Fuck, he's full too. Shite. Not good. I mean, I could actually do that. Ha! Oh, that's awesome. Right. What?
What's up?
There we go. Perfect. It's all worked out.
Sure, why not?
Shoot. Right, now we can go back to Angyar. We're like, yo, dude, we got your contract. Okay. I don't know what else I need to do. I only need to find a spoon. A fork. Alright, so we've got that now. Da-da-da-da. We still need to find his fork, but what does he say anything about it? Carrying around a severed ear in his pocket and talking to it like it could hear him, I don't suppose it could do any harm to look for a fork for him. Doesn't help me, you know, where the hell the bloody thing might be. On the plus side, I have finished, you know, the quest for Angyar. More so for his wife. And I should probably give it to his wife. Angyar's wife looks up hopefully as you approach. Were you able? So, yes, I was able to get the contract from Mortai. Here it is. Who was this man? Oh, right, yeah. Yes. She looks relieved and her eyes become misty. Oh, by the powers. You must be a Deva? In disguise to do such a thing for someone you barely know. Didn't do this for free. Give her the contract.
Dated my journal.
Nay, if you could show me husband the contract, say that you got it for him, but don't say how, I'd appreciate it. Very well, I'll show it to him then. Angyar. You see Angyar, he doesn't look any better than before. As you approach him again, he turns slowly to face you, his face tightens. Ye again, didn't you hear me the first time, you pox-ridden dog? Get out of me house. Also, help the powers, I'll carve you where you stand. Oh, there we go. I was about to say which one will it be. So show him the contract. As you pull out the contract, the blood drains out of Angyar's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words. Then his temper quickly resurfaces. Where did you get that? By the powers, you'd best tell me. Tear it? Ooh. She said don't tell me where I got it. I mean, I don't want to throw his wife under the bus. She was worried about him, which is understandable, but it's also kind of like, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, your wife was worried. Oh, Jesus. Wait, so Angyar sputters for a moment, then his rage seems to focus. I'll kill her. You won't touch her if you know what's good for you. Ooh. So that's your own business, but let's settle matters between us first. So, I'll go with number 3. She told me because she was concerned about you, and your first reaction is to punish her for caring about you. She went back on her word to me, her husband. Angyar's hand clenches into her fist and he glares at you. I told her to speak of it to no one, and here I find she tells the first stranger that comes into my house. She broke her promise because she loved you. Laws and vows sometimes have to give way for more important matters. You have a reason to be angry. She should not have made the promise if she had no intention of keeping it. I cannot respect an oath breaker, but such a thing is now of the past. She did, and you have to deal with it. Yeah, she broke her promise because she loved you. Some of the fury seems to flow out of Angyar, and he grunts. What's done is done. He glances at you suspiciously, then nods at the contract. What do you plan on doing with that paper then? Tear it up.
Dated my journal.
You tear up the parchment and Angyar's eyes follow the bits of paper as they float to the ground with a desperate look. He shudders slightly, then straightens as if a great weight was lifted from him. He looks like he's about to thank you, then stops and stares at you suspiciously. Nothing's free, not in the hive, Cutter. Ooh, I could actually be, like, super nice. I might need a favour in the future, could you help me? I'll just say consider this free and expect a lot of rules in the hive to change while I'm around. Angyar's angry expression crumbles. He looks tired of fighting his good fortune. I must have prayed to the right powers this past half month. He sighs. You have me thanks, Cutter, for whatever that's worth. Actually, perhaps you could help me. I have some questions. Angyar nods, ask you questions. Can I ask why you signed the Dustman contract? Perhaps it's the sheer amount of riches and wealth that surrounds you that distracted you, he snorts. We have less than nothing and I need a jink. Didn't seem to matter too much at the time where it might come from, and selling my body to the Dusties is a lot more honest than most work around here. What caused you to change your mind? It's just, he sighs, I saw one of them zombies on the streets a half-month ago. One of them zombies that work for the Dusties. And it stabbed me in the heart. No, it stabbed me in me heart. I knew I'd made a mistake. I didn't want to be any part of that after death. We've all had our share of mistakes. I suppose so. Other questions? I'm looking for a man named Farod. Do you know where I can find him? I think I know where he is. Angyar nods. Aye, that name be known to me. And not a fond name it is either. What can you tell me about him? He frowns. He's one of them collectors. And one with a long shadow. Has quite a few boys at his beck and call. He may not be Lord of the Realm, but he's not a smart one to tangle with. Lord or no. Collectors? Human vultures. Jackals. Hyenas. Filthy Burks who ain't got a shred of dignity. Most of them have their kip in Ragpicker's Square. Gather the deaders, scuttle everything worth drink from the bodies, then sell them back to the Dusties at the mortuary. Why do they do that? Dusties pay for bodies, helps them keep the streets clean when the rains aren't enough. So Farad is one of the collectors. Do you know where I can find him?
Dated my journal.
Aye, but I wouldn't be doing you a favour telling it to you. His frown deepens. One of me kin fell into his lot a few months back and spilled some of the dark of all Farad. To hear tell, Farad's actually got his kit buried somewhere under Ragpicker's Square. To get to it, there's some kind of portal you need to jump through while carrying some junk in your hand. Where is Ragpicker's Square? It's a few blocks from here. Go straight west from the mortuary gate, keep going until you start seeing trash and rags piled up everywhere. You do best to walk careful there. The collectors there don't always wait for a body to die before collecting on the corpse, you hear? Thanks for the information. Farewell. Nice. I find it cool that even though we already know... Where the hell's the exit?
I'm gone.
Oh, there. I was about to say, I can't leave. What happened?
Done.
No, the one thing I really, really like about this is even though you already know the information you're after... What the fuck? So, like, we already know where to find Farad and everything. But the cool thing is, you can still get information from other people to find out, you know, where to find him. And it still rewards you with experience. It's awesome. Also, I do want to go to that. That's where I want to be. I actually want to go to Ragpicker's Square because that's where the merchant is, and I've got a bunch of shit I need to sell. Again.
I'm gone.
Well, this time I actually need to sell stuff that Mort has, because that was something I did not do before. Come chat with me a bit, love. Yeah, here we go.
I'm gone.
I'm gone. Can't remember where the house is. I think it's this one. It's the woman that'll let us sleep in her house. I can't remember why. Here we go. Old Mebeth. I came to purchase some cures and charms from you. There we go. Wait. What is it I have? Ah, here we go. Charcoal, bronze band. Wait, do I want to get rid of the charcoal charm? It's charred bone fragment of some creature, perhaps a finger bone or a talon. Temporarily protects the user against flames and extreme heat. Nah. I'm not interested. Bronze bangle. Don't really care for that either. Could probably sell it to a local merchant. This is actually something that's got something else like tied to it. Bone charm. Oh, the bone charm temporarily strengthens. Okay. Oh no, it's just the way that it's worded. It sounds like it's a permanent thing, which would be real nice. Right, so I can sell those. There we go. I never went onto Mort's bloody inventory before. I feel really dumb. Wait, so what's this one do? When this rank charm is consumed, the user temporarily becomes much stealthier and shiftier. Yeah, may as well keep those about. Get rid of all the other crap, though. Morador's Ruby. Fairly... Oh, this is what we got from that chest that had some sort of weird thing inside it. Gems of this quality are valued by practitioners of the art as a component of various spells. Yeah, and then we have these runes, which you had no idea. Teaches user armor. Upon close examination of the runes covering the surface of the breastplate. Activating the rune will destroy the breastplate. I think I'll just get rid of those as well. Whoosh! Perfect. And I'm done. What the hell do they do? Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting you can steal. I don't think I have anything that needs identifying. Sweet. Am I glad I got rid of a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I think I just saw Mott's jaw fall off. That was weird. That's the ground. I mean, if anything, because I'm not necessarily controlling Mott, it might just be a good idea to equip all of these on the quick item. But at the same time, I'm thinking if there's any, like, chest? Like, a place I can store my items? Because that would be very, very useful. But at the same time, these things might just not be useful in general. You know, like the notes and whatever. Where the hell's the exit? Oh, there we go. Trying to find it's a right pain.
I'm gone.
Right. Very good. The hell? This was the guy that gave me the box, actually. But as soon as we got the box from him, he disappeared. He literally ran for the hills. Whoa. A black abishai. This black-scaled reptile towers to a height of 8 feet. Its great height, however, is offset by its thin, snake-like frame. A long, prehensile tail drags behind it, and its leathery wings are hooked behind its back. A strong, vinegary smell emanates from the creature, as well as a certain amount of heat. It seems to be ignoring you. Greetings. Whoa, Chief. Mott cuts in before you can speak to the creature. Bar that, you don't want to be rattling your bone box with any fiend on the street. Leave be. I wanted to ask it some questions. No, you don't. Mott glances at the creatures. Let's turn back to you. No, then turns back to you and lowers his voice to a whisper. They're touchy. Let's just go. Okay. I will... I'll listen to Mott for once. I mean, the last thing I want is to get my ass handed to me by a dragon. Or whatever the hell it is. It reminds me of a dragon. Either way. I'm just trying to think where I've not been. I still need to find Craddock. I need to find Nestor's Fork wherever I can do that. But finding Craddock is something that'll be interesting. So it was Dusty, was he not? Craddock. Wait, Bane could give me... Wait, what? Oh, the only description Bane could give me of Craddock was that he was a giant, stern-looking man. Okay. I'm just thinking, like, where else I could go. It might be worth going into the Dusty's bar. I don't know, you know, there might be stuff there I can do. Maybe. Looks like you got... Sia the Skeptic. I got that guy still, but speaking with him would be pointless now, I think. Naroji, or Naroach, I don't know what his name is. Was there any other people out here I never spoke with? It's just, I'm kind of trying to just get around and speak with as many people as I can. That's just harlot. No thank you! I wonder if there's any thugs. All the thugs seem to have disappeared. I mean, I don't want to go over here either, because I'll get attacked. Pretty sure. I'm just looking at... I'm looking for named people, if anything. And you just got frightened hive dwellers. It's literally just nothing but hive dwellers. And lots of them. To be fair, is that a building I can go into? No, you've got Shalandra's Kip, but I don't know what the point in that is. You got the Hive Tout. Angry Hive Dweller. Elderly Hive Dweller. God, they got right names. Yeah, so it would appear. And I think in here was where there was that woman that gave us a thing. Death of Names. Quinton. Oh, these are all new people. You see a dustman with a crooked smile frozen on his face. Despite the smile, his eyes are as dull as stones. His right arm is shorter than the left, and he keeps it tucked to his side, as if cradling a small child. Greetings. The dustman's eyes slide over you. Name, the way he speaks the words, it sounds like the tolling of a bell. I don't know. No name, can't help you. The dustman speaks in a curious sing-song voice. Need to give a name if you want to see where it is, not where it's died. What?
Updated my journal.
Oh! 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 This is cool. So given a name when you are born, give it back when you need it no more. Death of names, death of names. His eyes swim across the monolith. than the walls of the area. Buried many names here, Death of Names has. Tell me a name, I'll show its grave. Dianara. His eyes roll to the back of his head, then pop back. With a wild gleam, his eyes run across the walls of the monument. Scanning the names in human speed, he then points at a section of the wall. Buried. Examine the spot he is pointing at. Chiseled into the black stone, in tiny cramped writing, is the name you requested. It is almost lost beneath the sea of names around it. I had another name. So... Doll. Shakes his head, not dead yet, that name is, not buried here, not time. Okay. Try Adan. Shakes his head, not dead yet. Sorry to disturb you. Oh my god, that's really cool. So the man before you looks to be middle of height and years. He is stout with a thick, bullish neck, and his shoulders are hunched as if a great weight was pressing upon them. He wears an impatient look as he stares at the blank monolith in front of him. Greetings. The man throws you a glance. There's room, Cutter. No need to ask my leave to stand here. Actually, I wanted to know what this monolith was. It is a tombstone for the plains, he scoffs. Graveyards of names are scratched on that rock. Can only hope my name's the one that'll split this stone in twain. He points at the base of the monolith. Quentin, right there, hammered in just hard enough to send the damned thing crashing down. Tombstone for the plains? Aye. Quentin smiles ruefully. The Dusties scratch the names of the dead on this monument here. He gestures around him, and on the walls of this place not enough space by my reckoning. But no matter, they do their best. Can barely read half the names. What are you doing here? Reading the new arrivals. Try and find a new one every day. Try and remember if I knew him, nothing more. The dustmen record the names of all that have died on this monument? Aye, they scratch them on this rock and scratch them on the walls in this place too. Quentin scoffs. I don't know why they take the trouble of take accounting of the dead. The Dusties have more care for the living. The living? Aye, you know about the dustman mourners that come to this place. They aren't mourning the dead, see? They're mourning the living. You can barely get a word in them edgewise without them asking to mourn some poor living Burke for you. Why do they mourn the living? You got me there, Cutter, he shrugs. Might want to put the question to him. Seems to me the dead are thrice worth the pity of any poor sod living in this pit. He knows that the monument, every name on there, is blessed in my book, it is. Ever know anybody who came back after their name was put on there? You mean come back from death? Quentin shakes his head. Not a one, Cutter. Everything that lives dies, and that's the way of things. He shrugs. Still, considering the planes go on forever and all, I suppose anything's possible. Suppose so. Say, I had some other questions for you. So, can you tell me who that crazy dustman is on the other side of the monolith? Quentin smirks. Not the sanest bird in the cackle house, is he? That barmy's Death of Names, Quentin scoffs. Though Death of Sense might fit him better. What does he do here? He's a keeper of the memorial area. Knows where all the names are around here, and he can point one out if you need him to. He's a little addled, to be sure, and he's helped me a few times, he shrugs. He's also got the duty of carving new names in when their owners pass on. I see, thanks. Cool. Well, we're learning some new things every day. Who the hell was this? Whoa, who's the chick running? Ingress. What the hell is she running about for? You see a haggard woman wrapped in rags. Her hair is dishevelled and dirty, and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is a fused lump of flesh. Ew. It looks melted like wax exposed to a great heat. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
Whoa. Journal updated. What is it you want of me? The woman's accent is thick, and you are having difficulty making out what she is saying. You wanted me to leave? Not leaving this city, so I'm not. I can't tried. It's not a city, it's a prison to everywhere. Everywhere? There's worlds, there's her eyes gleam madly. Plains that be sinking sands, fields thirsty nettles be, sightless worlds where your limbs are given life and hate, cities of dust whose people are dust and whisper ash. The house without doors. The Twillet? Lands the singing winds. She starts to sob quietly, but she seems all out of tears. And shadows, the terrible shadows there be. Where are these places? Where's them places? She flings a lump of her right hand in an arc, gesturing at the seascape. They's all here be. Doors here to everywhere. Doors? You You're not knowing this? She squints at you and her teeth start chattering. Tell you I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch in this thrice-cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, the open mouth of a statue, the spaces between shelves. Beware any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places. What do you mean? Every door has a key, it does, and with this key, they show their true nature. An arch becomes a portal, a picture frame becomes a portal, a window becomes a portal, all eager to take you someplace else. They steal you away, she raises the lump of her right hand, and sometimes what's on the other side takes part of you as a teeth? Or tithy? What are these keys? The keys. The keys number as many as the doors of this city. Every door a key, every key a door. Her teeth start chattering again, as if she is cold, and a key is anything. It may be an emotion, an iron nail held between your second and fifth fingers. A thought 3 times, then thought once in reverse, or it may be a glass rose. And these are all keys that open these doors?
Updated my journal.
Yes, her teeth start chattering and she clenches her mouth closed and squints her eyes. Yes, can't leave. How did you get here?
Updated my journal.
Oh my god. Lots of updating our journal. Alright, so, she seems to calm slightly, her eyes take on a 1,000-league stare. Came from a place else from here almost a life ago, undertuned by a glade with 2 dead trees that had fallen together. A brilliant door opened in the space between the crossed trees, showed me this city on the other side. I stepped through, ended here. Why can't you go back? Tried. She tries to sob again, but no tears come. Tried. All doors here lead to other places. She shudders and grips her melted right hand. Went through thrice 10 portals, some a purpose, some accident. None of them right. Can't find way back. There must be a portal that can take you back. Can't even leave here, this square. And there, the place of death behind the gate waits for me. She points at the mortuary behind the gate, then turns back to you, her face desperate. Can't go anywhere in this city. You can't go anywhere? What do you mean? Anything could be a door, any arch there, any door here. Could be a portal, don't know the key. Could get us sent to another horrible place. Her teeth start chattering again. Got to stay away from the closed spaces. All could be doors, could have a key on me, and I might... Oh, and I not be knowing it. You're afraid to go through any doors or arch because it might be a portal? She nods, her teeth chattering. How long have you been afraid of this? She squints. Since the last time I walked through the last portal, the place where me end. She stops. Since my 10th turning, I'm in me 4th 10th turning that now. Okay. Her teeth begin chattering again. 30 years. You haven't walked through any door for 30 years. Her vision seems to clear slightly. She looks up at you, her teeth still chattering. To be too afraid to walk through any door, that's... How mad are you, woman? If you got here, there must be a portal that can take you back. It's only a matter of finding it. She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering because she is cold. They are moving around inside her mouth. Her gums twisting as the teeth shift about. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they rattle against each other. What? She hisses at you. Only takes one portal. You step through an accident. To drive the fear into you. I went through thrice 10, lost my hand, burned me flesh, lost my sense. She looks at her feet. No more, no more. Die in a city you're afraid to leave then. Let fear rule you. I'm sorry, if I can find some means to help you, I will. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
So, my journal's been updated. Oh, find a way to help Ingress. Okay. This is cool. So, what's this? I met a mad woman named Ingress running around in the hive outside the mortuary. She was raving about doors and keys, and she claimed that the whole city was a series of portals to other places. She said when she was a young girl she accidentally stepped through a portal and ended up trapped in the city. If I can find an experienced planewalker, perhaps he could guide her home. Oh! Yeah, let's do that. It sounds like a good deed. This game, oh my god. It's weird, because it's a game that is mostly just reading. It's very little combat. I mean, there's combat, but it's few and far between. It's mostly just talking and, you know, resolving conflict through talking. I really like it. It's good. So, I'm about to say, where's the exit? Oh, it's there. So let's say, where's the exit? Oh, man. Oh, I get the feeling there's going to be more people here that want to attack me. Did I can't... God, I'm trying to remember all the stuff I've done. I remember speaking to the woman with a tail.
Done.
Well, at least I think I did. She essentially ended it by telling me to go fuck myself. Anna.
Well, what is it?
Oh no, wait. What? Okay, I don't remember this. Her tail begins to lash back and forth. Well, what is it? Oddly, wait, so... You said Farad was to the south and west of the mortuary. She studies you. I did. Have you forgotten already? No, but I was wondering if you had. You see, the south and west of the mortuary is an alley filled with heavily armed thugs. Know anything about that? Oh, aye. Well, maybe you'd best be asking them where old, Stutter Crutch is. Enough of your lies. Tell me where Farad is, girl, or you'll soon number amongst the city's dead. Better watch your tongue. Farewell to you too. Wait, so if I spoke to her, does it just... It does, it just repeats the same. Okay. Enough of your lies. Yeah, it doesn't actually change anything. I do remember the post, but I can't remember if I did everything with that. So examine the notices. I can't remember which one it was. Was it the wanted? No, that's just for something else. Okay, examine the others. The bill of fare, official notice. Felonious assault. Wait, so who's this for? Da-da-da. Ah, right, that's something else. Bill of fare. Yeah, I think I'm good, honestly. I wonder, how much do I need to level up again? 1,300 XP. So I'm not far off, honestly. Yeah, not really. Which is good.
Alright.
I mean, I've not really done all that much around this area. I spent an awfully long time, like too bloody long, trying to find a person. Oh, it was to try and find a thug. Only to find out that I'd already killed the thug, so it was really stupid. Oh great. Oh boy. Oh! Oh, nice. Yeah, that guy's just gonna run away, so... Screw it. Oh dear. Oh, come on. Right, he died. Good. Yeah, Mort, do your taunts. Taunt them. Taunt them hard. So, quick loot. May as well have him pick that up. Select everybody. Where the hell did the hive thug run off to? There he is, a little bitch. Get him! Yeah, corner him. Corner him. Oh, man. The only thing I hate about this is the fact it has us running all over the bloody map, which only attracts more people. Oh, they only have their knives out because we're attacking people. Yeah, no, they're fine. I keep forgetting that happens. Right, so, boom.
Done.
Jesus. I mean, the cool thing about this is it does, you know, gives me items. Ah, shit. Really? Go for it. Although definitely, I want Mort to attack as well. Damn it!
You see that?
Oh, damn! 5 damage. I quite like quick loot being on, to be honest, but then I like to disable it when I'm not in combat. You don't need it. It could also be useful for just turning on in certain areas. 'Cause, you know, there might be something on the floor that you couldn't see. I don't want to talk with one of those. Yeah, we got more hive thugs, but they're not attacking on sight, so that's good. So is this the Smouldering Corpse Bar? Can't remember. I remember this place! Yeah, because you've got Ignis! The guy that's on fire, my god.
Alright.
Yeah, the Smouldering Corpse Bar is one of the coolest places. Just because have you seen this place? They also have a lot of people in here. You got Ilquix. Oh. Well, they all actually have their own names. Ah, never mind. Mercy Killer Patron. Mercy Killer Patron. Yeah, they're just regular. Dakon. Oh my. You got Ebb Creek Knees. Elias. Barkus. So many. I think I fully explored the area though. Yeah, Smoldering Corpse Bar is such a cool place. Oh, hang on. So, this once functional door is now nailed shut and barred on the inside to protect against thieves. Oh, so people were breaking in. What douches. I just want to double check. I don't... Okay, I can get over here. I didn't know if I could because of the bloody dragons. Huh. Okay. We're in the Smoldering Corpse Bar. So good. So if I speak with Drusilla, what happens? So this is a woman with fading bruises on her face and arms, and a look of despair longing in her sunken eyes. She might have been pretty once, but those days were long ago. Wait, so those days were long ago. I keep losing my track, like where I am. She turns slowly to face you, life pours into her features, and the spark of sardonic light that dances in her eyes now makes you wonder if your eyes were deceiving you. Welcome to the Smoldering Corpse, scarred man. Who are you? I am Drusilla, or Drusilla. You must be clueless. Don't ask me how I know that, it just shines off you. Clueless? I think not. Shines, right. I'm not. She smirks at you, and her bruises seem almost to fade. Whatever you say, dearie. Whatever. Answer some questions for me. Hi, traveller. What is it you seek? I'm looking for a journal. Would you happen to have seen it? A journal? Oh sure, I've kept an eye out for all stray journals, just in case some scarred man walks into my favourite bar and starts asking about it. Do you ask that of everyone you meet? What a fascinating life. I actually do. It's kind of like Silent Hill and Have You Seen a Little Girl? Because that's, you know, one of the things that's commonly asked in that game. Have you seen a little girl? I'm sorry, but have you seen a little girl? It's one of the best lines. Right, so... I've already read that. You have a smart mouth on you, don't you? Ah, a smart mouth for a smart head. I ain't the addle cove you might think, sod. I got a brain on me. If you're so smart... Too bad it's not in you. Oh, what a burn. You should be able to answer my questions. So, what can you tell me about this place? Here, this is a smouldering corpse, though the person smouldering ain't dead yet. He just keeps himself alive till someone comes along to help him out. Sorts who like to see people in pain come here. Fiends like it, folks who don't much care for being bothered come here too. The name alone keeps out most of the Burks. Who is he anyway?
My journal.
That despair you saw on her face before flits across it again like a black-winged shadow before she masters herself. That's Ignis, one of the greatest wizards ever to come out of this slummy excuse for a cesspool. They caught him and they opened a channel to the plane, a fire through him. Now he's just a doorway for it, keeping himself alive by force of will alone. If someone could douse him for a few moments, it'd give him his life back again, but they don't make enough water to do that. Someone should be able to find something. Oh, yeah, what's your connection to him? Her voice practically throbs with a deep ache. I was Ignis's lover and he my beloved. He loved the flame more than me and now he has become the flame. And because I love him, I love the flame. But that's all done with now. Now I wait for him to douse himself. I sell what little I have, just so I can be near him. Aw. Wait, so I'll ask about that again. Who is he anyway? Someone should be able to find something. Oh well. Oh. Never mind. I thought it was actually something. There was more to that, but apparently not. Looking for a collector by the name of Farod. Have you seen or heard of him? Farod, she sniggers. The Collector King? You can probably find him and his stinking ilk in the trash warrens on the far side of the hive. Good luck in getting any answers from him. He's a sly devil, he is. Alright. So who is that burning by the entryway? Okay, so this one is just the same. What's your connection to him? More questions? Nothing? Good day. Okay. These are just the patrons. So we got Mokai. Can I... Wait, I can't initiate dialogue because they're busy? What? Are you shitting me? How are they busy? They're walking. Oh. Hang on a minute. So what's happened? She is not a dustman. You see someone dressed as a female dustman with a half-empty glass in her right hand. As you near her, she calls out to you. You, over here. You notice that there's something wrong about her, and your exposure to the dustman leads you to believe that she's just too lively to be a real member of the faction. Approach her. Hey Cutter, buy a lady a drink. Very well, here's 5 coins. Who are you? Me, I'm Mokai. I just like to drink here, and she loses her train of thought momentarily. I'm just a person, you know. I see. Answer something else for me then. What do you want to know? What is this place? Smouldering Corpse Tavern. Can't you read? You more bubbed than I am? Forget it, tell me something else. Tell me about the other patrons here. Dunno, they're just people. I don't deal much with people. Unless they're buying me a drink. She looks at you, hopefully. I see. Who's the burning corpse? He's not a corpse, he's some crazy wizard. Ask around, they'll tell you the story. You're not really a dustman, are you? She looks around nervously and seems to sober up. I'll right up. Why do you say that? Because you don't act like a dusty, and you're not offering contracts. In fact, you're taking money instead of giving it out for that corpse labor they do at the mortuary. She stifles a squeak of terror and hastens to explain. No. I'm not a dustman. I just found these robes in the street and I didn't have enough money to get good clothes, and I, heard there was a dustman thief around, but you could probably find him somewhere else. In the southwest part of the hive. I saw him, but I hid from him. Please don't hurt me. Oh, I'm not planning on it. You ought to know that you're not pulling it off too well. Now answer some questions. I can give you 50 coins. Please, don't tell anyone. Whoa, I actually gained money. Nice. Now answer some other questions for me. I want more. Oh my god. I want more money. No, I'm not that much of a douche. I want to speak with Ignis, but I think I should probably leave him till last. And it's because they said he's a wizard. I'm just like, maybe he's a party member. Did I just see Mort, like, juggle his jaw? That was interesting. We got Elias. Who's that? I have no idea. You see a trim, muscular man dressed in clothing that is comparatively drab and mundane compared to most of the outfits you've seen in this city. He carries himself with an air of supercilious arrogance. He also looks dramatically out of place here. What do you want? He asks. Who are you? I am Elias, warrior of the renown. Surely you have heard of me? No. Can it truly be? Can it truly be that none of this town have heard of me or my exploits? Alas, I shall have to prove myself all over again, and here I had thought my fame had spread all over the world, or across the world. What world are you from? I come from the city of Aliburn, on the River Tame. Surely you have heard of its glories and wonders. No matter, no matter. This place is benighted and ignorant when it comes to the splendors of true cities. I'm told that my land is what is called a prime by the denizens of this city. Though a prime of what, I don't know. How did you get here? I was chasing my old foe, the villainous Life Shade, Tanalel. He pauses, waiting for acknowledgement, and then continues. He conjured his demonic magic and opened himself a doorway, and hurled himself through it. Before he could flee me entirely, I threw myself after him, and found myself here. I get it, you're one of the clueless. He bristles, reddening, and his hand clutches convulsively around the hilt of his sword. Clueless, is it? I take offense to your words. Sirrah, and bid you farewell, in the hopes that we should never cross paths again. He turns away from you, still flushed with pride and rage. Just wanted to ask some questions. He sighs heavily, and eyes you with disdain. Then be on with it, scarred one. Ask and be done. Who are the patrons of this tavern? The only person I know here is Ebb there. I am new to this place, and I do not make it my business to meddle in the affairs of others. Did you have any further questions for me, or may I continue to enjoy my solitude? Actually, I had a few more questions. What can you tell me about this place? This is a tavern, one of the familiar sights of home. At least, it would be, were it not for the fiendlings in the corner and the endless strangeness that parades before my eyes. I find that at least there is some humanity in this place, for which I am grateful. Oh, that's right, you're a clueless. You're a prime, aren't you? Ooh, wait, if you mean that I am from the true world, by that, then yes, I am a prime. I am a warrior of some small renown there. And while I may not know all the loopholes of this new land, neither would I call myself clueless as some of the local varlets around here have done. No, alright. Let's just call off the insults, shall we? Call it even? Not till you apologise, villain. He looks like he's just spoiling for a fight. Or shall I provoke you more? Very well then, I apologise. Then, I suppose as a point of honour I must accept your apology. Very well, in return I offer my apology as well. Let us set the matter aside and speak no more of it. Very well, could you answer some more questions? What knowledge do you seek? Looking for a journal. Have you seen one recently? I'm afraid that I have not been searching for such items. I am doing my best to reorient myself to this unfamiliar setting, and while I focus on small details in my attempt to do so, I must confess I have not been looking for journals of any sort. Alright then, answer me some other questions. Have you heard of a collector named Farad? Farad, collector? These are names and terms unfamiliar to me, but if I should hear them mentioned in any other context, I shall certainly remember your face. Indeed, I could not forget it. And some more questions. I think that's it. Yep, nothing, forget. Boom! Alright, that was different. Oh, Ebb Creek knees! Oh my. You see a slightly stooped old man with a full grey beard and a lion's mane of grey hair. He wears a couple shoulder guards as armour, and he keeps a helmet nearby. He smokes a pipe and carries a pouch of tobacco around his waist. He looks pretty strong, but he's a little plump and also appears to have some sort of breathing trouble. Well now, aren't you a sight, lad? Never have I seen so many scars blanketing a fella. Like a scar cloak you're wearing. Where you been? Hanging out in a grain thresher? He laughs. Oh, I'm just jesting with you, lad. No offence meant, and I hope no offence taken. I'm Ebb. He extends his hand. Greetings, Ebb. His handshake is firm. Now I hereby tender my apologies for the unfair jesting, lad. Hope no hard feelings. Gonna buy you a tankard or two? Or something to soothe any ruffled feathers? Yeah, why not? There's the spirit, lad. Bide a moment. He rises to his feet and heads to the bar. After a moment he returns to his seat with a pair of tankards. Here you go, lad. Drink up. He takes a massive swallow from his own tankard, puffs on his pipe and says, "What can old Ebb do for you on this fine sigil day?" He had some questions about this place. Oh, well I gathered that just from the look of you. I mean, you don't look like you're from around these parts, lad. You look a little too out of sorts to be a seasoned native. Ebb chuckles, then takes another drink. So what can I help you with, lad? You need to know the lay of the land? Ebb winks. Who are you? Ebb Creek knees, third measure of the harmonium, now retired and being a tout with one's voice, since I don't step as lightly as I might these past 2 or 3 decades. He chuckles. Now lad, who be you? And what trouble might you be in? So, third measure of the harmonium? Ebb puffs up slightly in pride and gets a semi-stern look on his face. Aye, third measure of the harmonium. He relaxes a little. Though I haven't served a tour of duty in many a decade, pushing a quill wasn't quite up my alley after all the fights and skirmishes I've been in, so I just bide my time keeping tabs on things down here in the hive and helping out a little where I can. You look like someone who might need a hand. Are you in some kind of trouble? What fights and skirmishes have you been in? Ed rolls his eyes. More than I can remember, lad. Well, almost more than I can remember. Leastwise. I did an all-too-long tour in the Blood War, that infernal muck-up war of lies on Terrace. Far too many years in the Black Centuries War. Ed begins to tick off the wars on his fingers, and count silently to himself. Then there was the Three Plains War, and many others. I even took part in the Harmonium War of Liberation. Oh, towards the end there, I was also in the Sigil City Watch. Some could argue that that was the most dangerous of them all. He laughs loudly. The mention of the Blood War feels like a cold dagger slipping onto your heart. Oh my god, so there's a lot of stuff here. So tell me more of the Blood War. Ebb sighs, oblivious to your reaction. Aye, the Blood War. The most dangerous family feud this side of the primordial soup. A mean-spirited mob of fiends on one side, a batch of warmonger fiends on the other. It's the war that creation sparked. They've been digging into each other ever since. 2 sets of fiends warring against each other, eh? Aye. The Tanari, vicious killers who care for none but themselves. And the Bartezu, war machine. All for law and order under their infernal rule. The whole mess spills out into other planes from time to time. And it's made the multiverse a less pleasant place to live. I see. I had some other questions. Do you know someone named Farad? Farad, Ebb frowns, takes the pipe from his mouth. Now, lad, what you be wanting with a Burke like Farad? I think he stole some of my belongings. Oh, no doubt, lad, no doubt, Eb grumbles, chewing on his pipe. You have to chain up everything around that grasping little spider. He should have been one of the fated. The way anything not chained down slips into his parlour. Don't give him a yard, or he'll take a league, eh? What do you know about him? Well, now, I don't know everything there is to know about All Farid, but I know some of the dark surrounding him. If you're determined to track that spider and nail him to a wall, then I suppose I could spill some of the chint. So you know what you're tangling with. He pauses to tamp his pipe. Farid dug his nest deep into Ragpicker's Square not too long ago. Got a bunch of collectors and gangs together and started what one could almost consider a collecting faction. Be that as it may, where can I find him? Well, lad, if you're looking for Farid, which I would say is pretty balmy of you, you're a little off the beaten path. You won't have to be finding Ragpicker's Square. Chances that Farid set up his kip somewhere in the square. Even an old fella like me who's been around the ring a few times don't know exactly where. I figure that Farid wants to keep the dark on his location dark. If you're all bound and determined to find Farid, go to Ragpicker's Square and try to dig up Farid's location from some of the locals. Try and be careful about it, since there's plenty in the square that would make a gut harp out of you as soon as look at you. Oh my god. I had other questions. What is this place? Oh wait, I said who are you? What's a tout? Well no, it's a good thing you asked, because now you've told me that you're green and a tout... Wait, that you're green and a tout's about the best person a clueless could have run into on the streets of Sigil. And I'm just the man someone like you is in need of. He takes a drink. A tout's a friendly city guide. Oh! Shows you what's what, gives you a little jaunt around town. A guide, aye. A guide is the best way to look at it. Except to not really leave this jar on account of my age. So, mostly I suggest directions and places you might want to see in your travels in our fair city. Don't cost you a cent. Why is it free? A tout who can't command much of a price, lad. By the powers, 'twould be unfair to charge for just a bag of words. How old are you? Old enough to know better, lad, and too old to walk much. He puffs on his pipe. Let's just say my best years are behind me, and there's only a few irons that keep this heart beating. What irons? Well, lad, not to bring down the conversation, but I'm hoping that one day a holy fella will be making his way to the old smouldering corpse bar, and hopefully he'll shrive me some of my private sins, so I can go on and step off this plane for good. Oh, damn. So, what is this place is what I wanted to say. We're in the Smouldering Corpse Bar, lad. Not a pretty place as some, but it's got its own homespun kind of charm. Okay. Tell me about the patrons here. Well, you got O, who claims to be a letter, instead of a person. Some mercy killers waiting around for a criminal pair of Abishai on furlough from the Blood War. A Githzerai over there has been watching you from afar, not too unusual, mind you. They're pretty peery cutters. And Elias down there, clueless kid whose breeches seem to be just a bit too tight, if you get my meaning. If you want any information on the planes, talk to Kendrian Ilborn over there. He knows more than most I know. So who's the smouldering corpse there? Him? Oh, no corpse, lad. No dead of him. Near as we can tell, old Ignis is still alive inside that little roast pit. Near as we can figure, anyway. Beb wrinkles his nose. He can smell damnably awful sometimes, too. Keeps me on the pipe to make sure it don't worm its way into me nose, it does. He chuckles. How did he get here? Oh, there. Eb takes a smoke from his pipe for a moment, as if deciding how to phrase this comment. Or his comment. Well now, lad, Ignis had a smattering of problems, and some not slight wizardly magics to boot. And seldom do the two mix well, if you understand me. He liked to... Ed puffs on his pipes, and smoke trails up. Well, he liked to burn things. He started torching places and people, and generally making a bunch of trouble. And? Well, now most of this was going on in the Hive, and I'll be the first to admit that the Hive was not the first place, or is not the first place the Harmonian goes to keep Sigil's law. Eb looks a little shamefaced. A failing on our part, since it may be the place where our presence is most needed. So, by the lady's reckoning, there was a little street-side justice in the wizardly community. A bunch of tea leaf raiders, hedge wizards, and midwife witches got together and managed to weave a spell that was kind of poetic justice. Eb gestures with his pipe at the figure, so now he sits there and burns. He's still alive, which I don't think they counted on. Wait, so, who are you? What makes you think I'm in trouble? Ah, here we go. Lad, no one has as many scars as you have and isn't in some sort of trouble, either from himself or from others. Eb looks at you in mock reproach. What do you take old Eb for? Blind? Huh, look, I'm a little weathered around the edges, but I've still got some sight and sense. Now, what's dogging your heels to be causing such trouble? Mayhap I can help you, eh? A few troubles. I woke up in the mortuary and seem to have forgotten who I am. Eh? Eb blinks, then frowns. What was that you said, lad? That you woke up in the mortuary? Eb studied you closely. Oh no. Did they mistake you for dead under all them scars? Mayhap. Eb chuckles. Can't say I would have been any smarter, he puffs his pipe. Them dusties. He catches himself. I mean, them dustmen. Dusties being a rude term to refer to them pale-faced fellas. I don't mean them too much disrespect. They have all the perceptions and friendliness of a gravestone sometimes, eh? Can't say I couldn't see them screwing that up, no, lad. That's what I've heard. No, it's the fact I'm immortal. You know, one of those burdens. Tell me of Sigil and its environs. Holy crap, this guy's got a lot of dialogue. I mean, I kind of expected it, but whatever. Whoops. It's just a bit crazy. My goodness. So Eb laughs loudly. You don't think small, do you? If you want to know what's outside the city, go talk to Kendry and Ilborn over there. He's the traveller of this place. As for the rest of it, well, I can tell you... Oh god. I keep, like, hiccuping and burping. It's gross. I can tell you of the lady, the Dabas keys and portals, the way we keep track of time, the way the city's laid out. What was it you wanted to know? Tell me of the lady. Well now, not many know much about her, lad, and I'm figuring even those that know more than a little don't know too much more. She's a mystery, she is. And even, should you run across her, powers forbid, she's silent and deadly. She's not evil, far as I can tell. But she keeps the dark about herself and Sigil pretty tight. None's been able to penetrate it, and if they have, they've been mazed. Mazed? What do you mean? Sometimes Bloods will be packed off to a place where they can do no harm, or can't do no harm. The lady, see, she'll take a bit of Sigil, and make a little dimensional pocket out of it, a maze. She places those that have crossed her in there and lets them rot. Eb puffs his pipe. Now, you can't escape getting mazed once a lady sets her gaze on you, lad. She'll get you eventually, no matter how hard you try and dodge her. You'll be walking down an alley, or about to step through a portal, or take a left turn down a street you've gone many-fold times before, and suddenly you're someplace you don't recognise. Now, mazes aren't escape-proof. There's always a way out of each one. A portal the lady places there. You just have to figure out where it is and how to use it. Another thing I really like about this is the fact the dialogue's just incredible. Or all the text, more so. Go on. Chances are you won't be meeting her, or you won't meet her unless you do something really bad. Hurting a lot of people, killing a Dabas, challenging her rule, worshipping her. She hates that. We figure. Or interfering with the Dabas' work, which may as well be the lady's work. If you're lucky, just the Mercy Killers will come for you. But if she comes, you'll be dead as soon as her shadow falls on you. Please continue. Now, the lady can do almost anything in Sigil, lad. Near as we can figure. Make it bigger or smaller, make new portals, seal off old ones, make sure the Blood War don't break out into the streets, keep folks from teleporting into the city, keeping the powers out. Huh, who are the powers? It's another way of saying gods, lad. And there's a great horde of them across the plains. Eb takes a puff from his pipe. They can't come to Sigil, though. The lady has a way of keeping them out that she hasn't spilled the chant yet, or chant to yet. Be that as it may, it's kept Sigil from being seized by outside interests. Okay, had some other questions. Tell me about the Dabas. Those funny floating bloods that speak in symbols? Eb laughs. Quite a piece of work, eh? The Dabas are kind of the lady's janitors and workmen. Doing exactly what she wants. Make sure Sigil's running up to snuff, patching walls, tearing down old buildings, building new ones, setting up portals, sealing off others, and on and on. They're a pretty neutral faring bunch. And you don't want to interfere with one or kill one, or you'll bring the lady's wrath down on you right quick. Okay, so what about Sigil's time? Ah crap, I pressed the wrong button. Sigil's time. The way we measure time in Sigil is by the brightness of the sky. See, we haven't got a sun and moon like most worlds. We've just got this everlasting haze that brightens and darkens at regular cycles. What most folks call midnight, we call anti-peak. What they call noon, we call peak. See, it's based on the peak and anti-peak of the brightness, so when someone says about 5 hours past peak, that's what they mean. Ah, other questions about Sigil. Tell me about the city's layout. I need a drink. Whew. I mean, that shouldn't be a surprise. This game is so heavy with the text. I mean, I could just sit here, read it myself, but then I'd be silent for minutes. I'm not the quickest reader, and also reading actually helps me kind of, I don't know, process the information. Like reading it out loud, I mean. So, whew, let me wet my tongue. He takes a pull from his tankard. The city floats above an infinitely tall spire, the spire. It lies on its side like a discarded wagon wheel, and there's no spokes that connect it to the spire. It's divided into 6 wards, each of them with its own function. Right now you're in the Hive. I think the purpose of the Hive is to be squalor to the rest of the city's grandeur. He left. Factions, philosophical clubs, or gangs if you prefer, divide up the running of the city between them. Were you in a faction? Ebb raises his hand as if to stop you and laughs silently. Oh now, hold on lad. I'm no has-been faction member, they say, and they're right. That once you're one of the Harmonium, you're a Harmonium for life. We're the Bloods that try and make sure Sigil stays out of trouble. No rocking the spire, no folks getting too over-enthusiastic about hurting each other. Keeping the city down to a low roar. We try and keep the peace, lad, and most times we do a decent job. Right, so I want to ask about that again. Okay, so go on. The city's called the Crossroads of the Plains in the city of Dawson, the Cage. It's got portals to all the creations, they say, and all manner of beasties come through here to trade, call kip, or hop from one place to another. Now that's just the quick version, lad. You'll have to experience the place for yourself. Okay, you mentioned something about portals. Sigil's called the City of Doors for a reason, lad. There's portals everywhere. Portals are, well, like doors that lead across the multiverse. Except they don't look like doors. Instead they can be any bounded space. Window, door, pothole, picture frame, barrel hoop. The spaces inside scaffolding, a wardrobe. Each could be a portal waiting for just the right key to open it and take you someplace in the multiverse. Now, keys. Go on. Aye, holy crap. Each portal has a key, you need to open it. Now while portals can be any bounded space, keys have more variety. They can be anything from a little tune you hum when next to the portal, to dancing a jig, to being in the right mood, to having a piece of the place you want to go in your hand, and on and on. In my youth, I once convinced a girl that kissing a man beside it could open a portal to Arcadia. Turned out I was right, and many trips to Arcadia did we have. Many portals probably have never been found. There's some you can uncover just by asking people and getting the right key. Finding out the dark of a portal is the toughest part, but I warn you lad, portal hopping shouldn't be a pastime for a fella in your way, nor should you be wandering Sigil after dark. Neither. You'd do best to stick to the main ways in open peak and watch yourself. Okay. So, tell me about keys and portals. Oh, crap. So I think we're done with him now. And some other questions. Actually, answer some other questions. Oh, there we go. So I've just done number 5. What other places can you recommend? Well, Ebb puffs on his pipe and studies you. This is perhaps the best kip you could have wandered into from the start. Judging by your tattoos, you might be partial to having designs on your body, in which case there's a tattoo salon, a little spireward from here. You want to stay away from the alley of dangerous angles. If you can. Ignis torched that place not long ago, and ever since a bunch of bad bloods have set up their kip in that stretch of desert. Thanks. Farewell, Ebb. Oh, wow. Whew. So we have Dakon. What was it he called him? He mentioned somebody, like, called... they had a C in their name. Was it you? No, you're Ilquix. Sworn Corpse Patron. Yeah, it's not them either. Mercy Killers, Mercy Killers... That's Mokai. Who's this? You steady pylon support the ramshackle roof. Yeah, I'm certain somebody with the name of a C was mentioned. But that's Barkus. That's why I'm confused, because I'm like, I'm certain they mentioned somebody. Either way, whatever. We'll speak with Dakon next, I suppose. So the man before you is old. His dry yellow skin has the scar of one who has travelled everywhere and never rested long in any one place. His pinched face is inhumanly angular, and his ears sweep out from his skull, tapering to points. He wears a loose-fitting orange tunic, and a strange shimmering blade is strapped across his back. The blade looks to be a two-pronged glaive, made of some metal whose surface swirls like a film of oil on a pond. "Greetings." The man turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. He stares through you, and for a moment you wonder if he might be blind. The weapon suddenly turns a dead flat black, mirroring the man's eyes. "Are you alright?"
Hail, traveler.
Oh my god, he speaks. He says nothing for a moment, merely searches your face with his eyes. "Hail, traveller." His voice is quiet and somber, like a wind whispering through the branches of a great tree.
Your eyes have the weight of one who has traveled far to be in this place.
The man meets your gaze, his eyes burrowing into yours. His weapon drains of its black colour, resuming its shimmering you noticed before you spoke to him. You could say that. The man's gaze does not waver from yours. "I am known as Dakon." The emphasis he places on the word known strikes you as odd, yet familiar at the same time. "You are not known to me. I do not know myself." That is for the best. In knowing yourself, there would be little in the plains left worth knowing. He falls silent for a moment, still studying you with his cold black eyes. "I would know why you have come to this city. I'm looking for answers. I have many questions." "Speak your questions, I will hear you. Your features are unfamiliar to me. What are you?" "Oh, a Githzerai." "A Githzerai?" "A Githzerai is one of the people." "One of the people?" "A Githzerai. Yes, but what are the Githzerai exactly?" The Khan is silent for a moment, then speaks. "Our history does not need to be made known to you. We would bleed to death on Time's blade before I recited a fraction of the histories of our people. I don't need to know your histories, but I would like to know of your people as they are now." The Khan is silent for a moment. "Know this and accept it as an answer. We are the people who make our home upon the shifting plane of limbo." With a deft motion, Dakon slips the blade from his back and holds it before him. "Wait and see what happens." "Wait, see what happens." "Oh, wait. Oh, so you could actually assume he's going to attack. There, we mold the matter of limbo with our minds. We forge cities with our thoughts. As you watch, a series of rippling waves of metal begin to roll forth from the center of the blade. The pitch and crest of the waves match the inflections of Indakon's voice. In its chaos we dwell, with only our knowing to preserve us. We are Githzerai. What is that blade you have? It moved, shifted in response to your voice. It is a Karak blade. It is an object that lets others know the rank of the wielder. Karak? What does that mean? Dakon falls silent for a moment, as if searching for the correct words. In your tongue, the closest translation is chaos matter. The people may shape it with their thoughts. The people? Oh shit, the Githzerai. So, and you say the Githzerai can shape this Karak with their thoughts? Karak is not shaped by heat, but by knowing oneself. It is a mirror that reflects the will of the wielder onto its surface and in its edge. When one knows themselves, the blade is strong, harder and stronger than steel. When one does not know themselves, the blade is as water, formless and weak. What rank does the blade signify? The blade is a symbol carried by the Zerth. A Zerth is one who knows the words of Zerthamon. In knowing the words of Zerthamon, they know themselves. Zerthamon? Zerthamon founded our race. He knew the Githzerai before they knew themselves. He defined the people. He gave them one mind. What's the blade made from again? Shape it with their thoughts? Right, are you willing to sell it? It would become as nothing in the hands of another. The blade knows my mind, and I know its heart. We die the same death. Okay. Can you tell me about the city? It is known by the name Sigil. Among the people, it is known as the city that does not know itself. It doesn't know itself? What do you mean? The city exists, but it does not know itself. In not knowing itself, its existence is flawed. How is it flawed? The city exists in opposition to itself. It has set itself apart from the planes, yet it seeks to be everywhere at once. Its walls are doors, yet it keeps these doors locked. Such an existence tells of a thing that does not know itself. In not knowing itself, it is flawed. Ooh, I can speak the truth. Oh wow, there's loads. Wait, is that not the same? When you say the city is everywhere at once, what do you mean? I might go through the other ones too. The city itself is built from doors. These doors lead everywhere. Where are these doors? They are everywhere. Dakon falls silent for a moment. It said that every bounded space within the city is a door that leads elsewhere. I don't understand. Imagine the door to the smouldering corpse bar. Remove the door, the frame remains. The space within the frame is still a door. But I walked through the door to get in here, it's just an open space. Many are the doors you never see. You may pass through them as if air and not know them. For what they are. They are close to your sight and touch. And these invisible doors are everywhere in Sigil? It is said every bounded space in Sigil is a door. It is not known for certain. Doors move. Doors change. Doors disappear. All are locked. Locked? The doors remain as air until you have the key that opens them. When you have the key, the doors will make themselves known to you. How do you know what the key is? Every door has a different key. Some keys are known, others are not known. What are these keys? There are as many keys as there are doors. The keys are not always things of metal. The keys can be the clashing of two swords, a drop of blood drawn from the tongue of a dying man, the memory of a past love, or an angry curse hurled at the sky. When the key and door match, the door reveals itself. So unlike finding all these keys and doors can be difficult. Such a task has been attempted but never finished. As the city changes, the doors change. Nothing known remains known for long. So why did you say the city is flawed again? In opposition... yeah, okay. So its walls are doors? The city itself is built from doors. These doors lead everywhere. Where are these doors? They're everywhere. Why did you say the city was flawed? So... right, so the two truth ones we have... actually, I'll go with, you speak as if the city is alive. It may not be aware and know itself in the sense that you or I might know ourselves, but it lives, it grows, it changes, and touches the minds of all that live here. Okay. Wait, why did you say the city does not know itself? The city exists in oh, right, yeah. That was just a way of getting back to these. Right, so we have, what if the city is not flawed? A thing does not need to be ordered and have a purpose to know itself. What if these contradictions are strengths that you cannot see? What if the city is not flawed and you just not know the reasons for its contradictions? There is order in everything. Perhaps there is an underlying pattern that you cannot perceive. Number 4. To answer your question, a question. What if the city is flawed and you see its contradictions all around you? To your question, a question. You claim the city's existence is flawed. You have accepted this rather than explore the possibility that something greater may exist. That suggests you are flawed, and that you do not search for knowledge, but only for a convenient answer. Dakon falls silent. There is no knowing the answer to the questions we have asked, yet the city exists. That is all. Yet I would maintain that we know ourselves by the questions we ask, and the ones we do not. If we cease asking questions and accept only that or only what we can perceive. Oh, wow. Yeah! Discourse leads to XP. Then we will cease to know ourselves. Dakon's voice has changed slightly, becoming heavier. Such words have been spoken before. I have heard them and know them. Where have you heard them? The words are mine. Once I knew them and knew their meaning. I had forgotten them until you spoke. Dakon's gaze travels through you, and his blade stops shimmering, bleeding of all colour until it is translucent. There is a moment of silence, then Dakon looks up at you. Oh my god, yes! I would like to travel your path with you. I'll consider it. I had some other questions first. I accept. An extra blade would be welcome.
Your path is mine.
Strangely enough, his voice seems distant, and it echoes as if he was speaking from across a great distance. Very well, let's go. Oh my god, I got a new oh yeah! Sweet! Well, why is this guy next to me? Wait, you see a lad who barely looks a day over 18. His face seems to betray some tension. Help you, Cutter? Who are you? I'm Caleb. I'm a mercy killer. I'm here with Tana and... oh. Ilsadon to catch my first criminal. What can you tell me about the mercy killers? Well, I have to get used to saying that now. Believe that justice is the most important thing in existence. I believe that without justice there is no meaning, and without meaning we might as well just go off and kill ourselves. I don't want to kill myself, so I decided justice is the meaning. If you want to know more, you ought to ask one of these other two, or find one of our recruiters. They'll talk your ear off. I might go do that. Answer some questions for me first, will you? So I'm looking for a journal. Have you happened to see one recently? A journal? No, sorry, I'm still new here, so I'm not all that connected yet. If I see one, I'll let you know. He looks around the bar. What are you doing? Well, seeing as I'm a new mercy killer, I'm supposed to bring a criminal to justice to show I can handle the field work. I decided I wanted to catch a killer, so we asked around and got told he was going to be here. Still haven't seen him though. I'm a little nervous to tell the truth. If you'll excuse me, I really ought to get looking at the faces here again. He cranes his neck and looks around the bar. Just a few more questions, then I'll let you go. What do you want to know? Okay, I'm looking for a collector who goes by the name of Farod. Would you happen to know where I can find him? Can't say I've heard of him. Is he a criminal? Maybe we'll pick him up later. My thanks for the tip-off, citizen. I just need to find him, not get him killed. Can you answer some questions? Oh, wait. Yeah. There we are. Who are your friends over there? Oh, here. They're the people who were here to make sure I don't foul up this assignment. Tana's the older one. Ilsadon's the one who's here to make sure I do the job right, and to give me support if I need it. He swallows noisily. I hope I won't. You'll be fine, I'm sure. So, what can you tell me about this place? This place, it's a smoldering corpse. I think they named it after some guy... or after the guy near the entry. It's a place where criminals and lowlives hang out. Still, there are some cutters here who know what they're talking about. Some of them are those fiends, though, and I don't like to deal with them. I feel like they're staring right at my soul. Understand? Okay, what can you... oh, what are you doing? Seeing as I'm... wait, I'm pretty sure... yeah, he did say that. Has your killer shown up yet? No, not yet, but Tana says that this is where the criminal's supposed to come, eventually. So now we play the waiting game. Good luck. Farewell. Nice. Oh yeah, we have... oh, who's the letter? That's right. Oh, that's what he's doing. He's going around the place looking for people. Morgan Corpse, patron... okay. I'm just talking to everybody. It's crazy. Just a little. Like, it really is pretty damn crazy. So you see a short, rotund man with a perplexed expression on his face from the lines on his loose skin. It looks like it's not too uncommon. He carries a flagon of ale that looks like it's in the process of being emptied rapidly. In between swallows, he speaks in a gentle voice, so quiet that you can barely hear his words. Hello, traveller. My name is Ilquix. Can I be of some assistance to you? Greetings. I would like to ask you some questions. What do you want to know, my friend? Who exactly are you? I am but a humble man, with a slight flowery, poetical bent and a tendency toward the supernatural. I regret that I have none of my supplies here, or I should be most eager to teach you of the ways of power. Perhaps sometime later. Yes, I'd like that. For now, though, I have some other questions. What can you tell me about this place? This place, the Smoldering Corpse Tavern, a fine establishment, with a fine owner. Barkus is a true gentleman, and ambitious to increase his standing to boot. These, I feel, are the most useful qualities one can possess. They drive people. I had more questions. So, number 3, what can you tell me about the patrons of this place? The patrons of this tavern are many and varied. I have spoken with most and find them delightful, with the exception of those creatures of law. He gestures towards the pair of Abishai sitting in the corner. They taint the air with their presence, lending an unwholesome stench to an otherwise pleasant environment. I recommend speaking to Barkus. I understand he requires some aid with a trifling matter. Then we have that O character. I'm still trying to understand him fully. It is quite an undertaking, if I say so myself. Those are the folks of interest here. The others, well, perhaps I am too discriminating. Why do you despise creatures of law? Ah, fine question, my friend. My upbringing has been on the chaotic side of the Great Ring. You may speak to Kandrian Ilborn, a misdemeanor, if I ever heard one of the planes. He fancies himself a great planewalker. Ooh, that sounds good. I need to find Kandrian, don't I, in order to help out Ingress? I think so. To return from my digression, I have lived my many years with chaos, and find it pleasantly agreeable. To me, the taint of law, as in those creatures there, is reprehensible and tyrannical. If I am to be crushed underfoot, I'd rather it be by an individual than a machine that knows nothing but emotion. Or nothing of emotion. I disagree. I'm assuming he's on about the Mercy Killers. Either that or he's on about these. I disagree. Ilquix smiles toothily, his fat cheeks barely moving. To each his own, I say. Did you have more questions? Yes. Who is that burning man? That? Ha! That is the last unfortunate who chose to exercise his individual will without the strength to back up his desires. His name is Ignis, and he was a pyromaniac. He burned and didn't burn the right people, and wound up channeling more raw power than he could control. Now, well, you can see what became of him. If you wish to learn more of him, perhaps that poor creature, Drusilla, can help you. I see. Don't think I actually did have more questions. What if I go through the other, like... Tell me the patrons. Why do you despise them? I very much agree. Oh, it doesn't really matter what you say then. Right, Barkus. You see a leather-skinned man with just a hint of ashen colour to his face. His teeth seem sharper than normal, and his eyes are filled with boredom. Or with the boredom that comes with having seen too much. His voice is nasal and clipped. You again, eh? What do you want this time? You again? What do you mean? Yeah, you again. You got a hearing problem or something now? You was in here about 15 years ago, got all bubbed up, smashed up the place, and left a pile of coin that wasn't enough to pay for the damages. Oh my. That wasn't enough to pay the damages. So you plucked out your own bleeding eyeball and tells me you'll be back to reclaim it when you got 200 coins together. 15 years of interest, how about 500 coins? You got the jink, pal? I got your eye. 500? That's ridiculous. He pauses for a moment, considering. That it is. Tell you what, give me 300 and the eye's yours. Ooh, it's a deal. Here's the money. It's a deal. He produces a darkened, wax-stoppered, wide-mouthed bottle from his pocket. You hear the sound of liquid sloshing around inside it, along with a heavier, squishier noise. Opening it, the stench of some sort of preservative agent nearly makes you gag. Floating in the viscid? Mug is an eyeball. You'd better figure out what you want to do with that. Now you've exposed it to the air, might as well put a pickled egg in the jar for all... Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Might as well put a pickled egg in the jar for all for all the good it'll do it. Or do you. Make up your mind, Cutter, pickled egg or not. Watch it rot, or tear out your eyeball and place this one in the socket. Ooh. I don't know. This seems like it could be a very, very, very bad choice. It's kind of the case of, like, I don't know, do I want to do that? I think I will. Because you never know, if it's an eyeball from a past life, it might contain something. Sod it, tear out my eyeball. I gained 1,000 XP. There is a memory. Okay, cool. I'm glad I did this. So, with a moment's hesitation, you reach into your socket and pop your eye into the palm of your hand. The bartender helpfully severs the optic nerve and directs your hand to the jar of goo that sits on the bar. You deposit your eye in the preservative, wrap your fingers around the old one and slide it into your empty socket. The pain of this entire operation is incredible. After a moment, though, you can feel the optic nerve reattaching itself to this new eye. And suddenly you are hit by a flash of memory. Absorb it. Oh my. This is cool. Memory flash. A vast No, I'm not going to do a voice like that. I'll kill myself. My voice is already, like, throbbing. It hurts. Really, the only downside to this game is because it's so text-heavy. If I'm not doing a lot of combat, then I'm reading a lot of stuff. It's actually, I think it would be worse than Joe Dever's Lone Wolf, and that was a really text-heavy game. I mean, you literally played through a book. Either way, memory flash. A vast expanse of chaotic, ever-changing wasteland stretches before you. A group of humanoid vultures plummeting towards you, cruel weapons ready to strike, and your own shining blade clutched tight in your fist. Memory flash. 3 toughs surround you in colours of an enemy you can't quite place. Long daggers glisten in their hands, and the light glints cruelly from their exposed teeth. You glance at your scarred hands, and know that soon they'll be covered in blood. Memory flash. An enormous frog-like creature comes bounding... An enormous frog-like creature comes bounding under chaos stuff, headed for you with a mouth full of teeth. You hurl your javelin through the shifting matter and pin the creature to a sudden stone plinth. You have recalled some of your lost fighting skills. Awesome! Proficiency points increase permanently. That's cool. So hurry up, will you? I got paying customers. Who are you? Me, I'm Barkus, owner and keeper of this place. What is this place? Didn't you see the sign out front? Didn't you see the Burke burning over the furnace when you came in? It's a smouldering corpse cutter. The best damn bub house in Sigil. At least, it's the best damn bub house in this part of the hive, which makes it one of the best in Sigil. Hell, they got fancy places with plants and such in the ladies' ward. And they got fiendish taverns salted around the rest of the hive, but none of them got the character of the smouldering corpse. Who is the corpse, anyway? Him, Ignis. He used to be a flame wizard, burned down pieces of the hive, and got himself scragged by a bunch of other mages. Wanna know more about him? Go talk to Drusilla down there by the door. I'd like to know more about something else. Wait, so what is this place? Okay, he already says the same. See, tell me something else, will ya? What can you tell me of the patrons here? Oh dear. I don't make it a point to interfere with the lives of the people who give me their hard-earned jink, unless they ask me to. So, over there is Kendrian Planewalker. Wait, where? It's like over there. It's like, yeah, that's great. Useful. I was looking at O then, but that's not him. Okay. Crap. Kendrian Planewalker. He's a good one to talk to about any planewalking questions you might have. He's been pretty much everywhere. Down there is Ebb Creek Knees, an old Harmonium Basher, don't hold that against him, and a tout. He's got a good heart in him, and he knows Sigil up and down. Them fiends over there are Aethelgrin and Tegarine. Word of advice, don't deal with them. They might be low rankers in the fiend hierarchy, but they're still fiends. Then you got Illquicks over there, not trustworthy, and some mercy killers looking for some poor sod. The Githzerai is a mystery to me, don't know much about him, he don't talk much. Finally, you interested in earning some free bub? Yes. There's a bubber over against the far wall, hanging out in the shadows. He's been trying to work up her courage to slip out without covering her tab. I want you to make sure she don't do that. You got it? You got free bub for life. I'll do it. Answer me some questions first. So, something to drink. Oh. Shit. What do you want? We got your basic beer for a copper, bitters for 2, mead for 4, we got waters straight from the elemental plane for 8 copper, we got Arborian fire wine and fire seas for 10, cursed heart wine for 8, and is that Bartor's? Own whiskey for 20, well you have. Information. Hurry up, will ya? Haha. I'm looking for a journal. A journal, paper and words. Friend, that sort of thing don't get much stock down here in the hive. Folks here can barely read the sign above the door, much less an entire journal. If you're looking for a journal, you'd do better to have a system instead of asking folks willy-nilly. Thanks for the unasked-for advice. Answer a different question, then. I'm looking for Farad the Collector. He turns and spits on the floor. Farad, pah. May as well just turn your back and let him sink a dagger in it. Though from the looks of you already have. If you're dead set on finding Farad, pardon the pun, talk to Ebb Creek Knees over there. He should know something of value. I'll do that then, right after you answer some more questions. No, farewell.
I feel stronger.
Oh, wow. Okay. Holy, what the? Where did... I lost health. Did I? Yeah, I did lose health. It must have been because I tore out my eyeball. Jesus. So what actually happened? One characteristic point gained. Fighting skills have improved. Saving throws have improved. Oh my god, I got 10 hit points. Damn! I got 1. So... yeah, I got 1 character point. So looks like I can't take it out of other things. I think we're gonna go with wisdom. Exceptional. Hell yeah. Not bad. Alright, cool. I was about to say, someone's hanging out in the shadows. Over by the far wall. Trying to figure out who it is. There. Oh, it must be this person. That's it. Okay, but like I said, it's time for you to settle your tab. Pay up. She jumps a little and a nervous tension becomes full-fledged anxiety. What are you gonna do? Ask you to go pay up. Now. She looks at you bitterly. I can't. Some Burke took all my money. I'd need a loan or something to pay him off with. I don't think so. I'm not a charity. Can you think of another way to pay him? Another way to pay? She smiles sadly. You could always kill me. I could, but I'd rather find another solution. She looks at you for a moment longer, swaying where she stands, and then says, alright. Do you want something from me? Yeah, some answers. Oh, okay. Wait. Answer some... what if I got more money off her? If I can. Ooh, you want more? I can't. I can't afford as much as last time. I can give you 25 coins, though. I want more. Well, that's too bad because I can't give you any more. I just don't have the money. Okay, that's too bad. Answer some questions. Pay up. I suppose I'm gonna have to. Ask for you to go pay up. How much do you need? I think you need 100 coins to get started on the debt. Okay, it's not that bad. I paid 300 for an eyeball, so it's all good. I'll lend you the money. Here, take it and pay up. Now. She pockets your jank, glances briefly toward the door, almost as if she's weighed her chances of dashing out, sighs heavily, and she realizes there's no chance. Begins to walk glumly toward the bar. My thanks, I suppose. Don't mention it, and don't even think about heading for the door until you've paid up. You fucking better. I mean, I can still go and talk with Ignis. She's moving super slow. She ain't heading this way, so I think she's going towards the door. Thankfully. I'm still trying to figure out who's who. So you got these mercy killers. An armoured behemoth. This man is huge. He also seems to have a very keen eye. Misses nothing that transpires around him. It also seems that he has no interest in speaking to you. Hello? The man stares at you as if you were some form of bug. Stares at you, blinking slowly, turns his head, dismissing you without speaking. I find my answers someplace else. So who is this? Maybe this person actually does have a name, it's just not showing it up, for some reason. You see a scruffy, ill-kempt man. He smells strongly of alcohol. Yeah, what do you want, eh? He leans in close and looks you up and down. Looks like you could use a healer. He laughs loudly at his own poor humour. And the nauseating stench of liquor and poorly chewed food washes over you. Who are you? Me? I'm Andor. He weaves on his feet. Used to be a hell of a fight man, too. But that was before the bub took a hold of me. Friends call me Slappy because I was so good at doing it to people. And they call me Slappy because so many women do it to me when I talk to them. That's great. Can you answer some more questions for me? I don't need to learn more about what's his face. I want to find that whatever he's called. I can't remember his name. Can something. Where the hell where'd he disappear to? Well, you got the old guy. There, Kandrian. Oh my god, he blends in. Wow. You see a soft-looking man with gentle, far-staring eyes. He dresses in supple leather clothing and carries various implements of use and destruction about his body, such as ropes, spikes, tinderboxes, and empty vials of air. He looks half gone, literally. There's an insubstantiality to his existence, as if his essence had been partially leached away. He focuses those eyes on you, and suddenly you find them gripping and determined. Greetings to you, O Seeker. Greetings. He carefully sets down the mug he's holding and gives you all his attention. I've seen the far reaches of the multiverse and returned to tell the tale. I've walked upon the bodies of dead gods and spun moonbeams in the astral, ahead of 1,000 shrieking Githyanki knights. I have passed the edges of existence and watched my essence shiver away before me. What is it I can do for you? I had some questions. Aha! I met a woman named Ingris. Oh no, wait. Perhaps I have answers for you. Speak and I shall tell you. I met a woman named Ingris with very bad teeth. She said she had come through a portal from some world that was opened by a tune hummed near 2 crossed trees. Can you get her home? He pauses briefly, thinking. I know the portal of which you speak, though I have not travelled it in these 30 years gone. I will take her home, Seeker. Go tell her to await my arrival, then meet me back here, and I will tell you if I was successful or not. More questions. Who are you? I am Kandrian Ilborn, traveller, dreamer, tailspinner, and so forth. You're a traveller? Tell me of the plains. I am tired, Seeker. So tired. I am fresh back from negation. I will answer what I can for you, but I cannot promise that you will find satisfaction in the answers I give. What would you know? Would you hear of the outer planes, the prime material, or the inner planes? What's the difference? Oh, Jesus. The difference is true essence, Seeker. The inner planes are matter, substance, true physicality. They are the building blocks of the multiverse. For it is from them that all belief in the elements spring. The inner planes filter through the ethereal plane, the plane of potential, some say, which forms the elements into the worlds of mortals. Once past the ethereal plane, one reaches the prime material, where exist all manner of mortals and monsters and myths and machines. It is there that belief is born, and there that the spirits that create the outer plane are born. When mortals die, they pass through the astral plane, a no place that is thought and mental energy itself. It is in all things and in none. It is paradox, among other things, and it filters spirits into the Great Ring. Do you comprehend so far? Yes, go on. Now, the outer planes. Where should I start? Do you know the cardinal rule of the planes on which all the others are based? Do you know about the composition of the outer planes? Do you know of the Great Ring and its divisions in our hearts? Do you know of the individual planes? Each of these leads to the next. And so it is best to start from the beginning. Tell me the composition of the planes. So the outer planes are created often by belief and thought and faith. They take their imagined form from the prime material plane shaped into forms that stagger the imagination, built by the accumulation of belief. Belief created the planes. Belief is power there, or here. Change belief, and you can change the nature of reality. The creatures that are born here, the plane-born, like the fiends and celestials, are truly born of the thoughts and concepts of mortals. They each express some sort of ideal, and the more powerful the ideal, the more powerful the being. Thus, the being that symbolizes love is one of the strongest of all. Go on. That's why the powers, gods call them, or some call them, live out here. This is where all of the faith in them comes. This is where they are at their most pure and most strong. Their realms are extensions of their very beings, manifestations of their godly essence, all of it informed by belief. So the compositions of the planes is belief. Tell me of the Great Ring now. Among the loose entity of planewalkers, we conceive of the infinite outer planes as a ring surrounding the plane of ultimate neutrality. The Outlands, the spire atop which Sigil sits, is in the center of the Outlands. The further one travels away from the spire, the less neutral the plane grows, until it spills into the neighboring planes. Each of these planes impinges on the Outlands, spinning themselves into law and chaos, good and evil. The Great Road marks the demarcation between the Outlands and the Gate Towns, and spring up around the gates to these planes. Beyond the Gate Towns lie the Hinterlands, uncharted territory that is lost to history, that loses thought. Danger lies in the Hinterlands. Go on. The outer planes differ by morality, not substance. For you, we'll divide the planes into 3 sets: the upper planes of good, the lower planes of evil, and the boundary planes of neutrality. These are then divided further by law and chaos, with the outer lands in the middle. Which of these interest you? Holy balls! Just having a drink feels so good. Just soothes the throat. The upper planes. Oh my god. Of the upper planes, there are the neutral planes, the lawful planes, and the chaotic planes. What would you know? The neutral planes. The neutral upper planes contain the Beastlands, a place of neutrality and goodness with a slight tinge of chaos, where the animals rule in the eternal noon and night. They hold Bitopia, twin paradise of industry and labour, where all work toward the good of all, and Elysium, the sweetest plane of goodness and calm I have ever come across. Alas, right now I am not well enough to enjoy any of their restorative effects. What would you hear of now? Tell me of the rest of the upper planes. Right, so, neutral. Oh, shit. So, lawful. Conjuring gives a small shudder. I am not the best person to speak of the planes of law, he says, for the innate structure and ultimate patterns they impose frighten me. I steer clear of them because I value my individuality more than I value the knowledge they'll bring me. They include regimented Arcadia, nearest of the good planes to the unbending order of Mechanus, the Mount Celestia, home of the Archons, an island in the Silver Sea. Okay, what about the chaotic planes? These are where I feel at home, though I steer clear of Isgard. For the most part, the endless battles and tests of metal among the floating earthbergs of the plane don't do much for my disposition. Arborea, though? He sighs. The mountains are taller, the air clearer, the rivers purer, and the game larger than anywhere else. It is a true paradise, a place where passions run high and the wine never ceases to flow. When I have recovered enough of my wits and myself, when we have done with the outer planes, you should ask me of the inner, and I will describe my journey to you. I will return to Arborea's bowers and glades and lose myself for a time. So tell me about the rest of the upper planes. Ah, tell me more about the planes of the Great Ring. So which set of the planes do you want to hear of? The upper planes. Oh shit, okay, the Great Ring. The lower planes. Like the upper planes, the lower planes are divided into lawful, chaotic, and neutral. Each of them varies in terms of horrors and what those horrors do to a traveller's spirit, and all of them are best avoided. Which of them would you like to hear of? The neutral planes. The neutral planes, eh? They're vile and barely understandable, and they're more insidious on their own than you could ever imagine. Take Gehenna, for example. 4 volcanoes in stages of dormancy floating in an infinite void, each of them somehow alive, and each of them wanting your soul by whatever means they can get it. Populate it with Yugoloths, the worst of the fiends, in my opinion, and you've got the place. The plane of ultimate evil, at least that's what they call it. It is the Great Waste. A no place that drains colour from your body and spirit, stealing away even your apathy. And it's the site of the worst battlegrounds in this war down there. Not in the war down there, don't get me started. Then you've got, Carcery on the chaotic side. Tell me about the war. Hi, the Blood War. At the name, your blood feels as if it freezes in your veins. Ilborn doesn't seem to notice. Wrapped up as he is in his memories, two armies of fiends smashing together pointlessly across the lower planes, slaughtering mindlessly in the name of law and chaos. They'll aggrandize it, of course, but in the end, it's about hate and stupid endeavour that aids none and harms far too many. Tell me about Carcery. Carcery and its poisonous jungles, acid swamps and destructive waters. Or destructive waters, strung like a string of rotten pearls nestled within one another. He pauses and looks at you carefully, again fixing you in place with his eyes. Remember this, Seeker, Carcery is a prison. Home to the Geraleths, one of the most dangerous types of fiends there is. The strength of the prison is the strength of the captor. As strong as the prisoner lets it be, destroy the prison keeper, and a body can escape the Red Prison. There is almost no other way out. Not when the gates close themselves against you, and watch you spin off into the vast space surrounding the orbs. Be wary of Carcery, traveller, for its bonds can be greater than flesh. Okay, tell me about the war.
Updated my journal.
Oh, we've already had that, have we not? Mm-hmm. The Lawful Planes. As much as I detest the order of the Lawful Upper Planes, at least they present a modicum of goodness. Their lower planar counterparts, though. Acheron's a place of ricocheting cubes that never see an end to battle, swarming with the souls of dead humanoids. So Bartor. He shivers involuntarily. I don't know if it's Bartor or Bator. Or Batter. Bartor, whatever, is a place best avoided. Those Bartezu, the fiends in the corner there. Oh, are but the merest expression of the deviant corruption embodied in that soulless machine of order. If you want more, talk to them, but remember, all that is bad about bureaucracy and order originates from Bator, and it spreads like a stain across the heart of mortals. Though there is some knowledge to be found there, it is rarely worth the spiritual rape the plane inflicts. Don't mind the lower planes, they're chaotic. The Abyss isn't someplace you should consider going. Where Bator's all orderly, the Abyss is full of chaos and change, and none of it is pleasant. When it becomes something that approximates normality, that's when you should be most wary of it. It's home of the Ternari, what most primes call demons. And they've got that name for a reason. They are unpredictable and murderous, and a few you can trust are few and far between. The few I have met who I trust, I still don't trust entirely. They are creatures of chaos and evil incarnate, and if they're putting on a friendly face, who's to say it's not part of a larger agenda? Okay, tell me more. Alright, so tell me more of the planes of the Great Ring. The boundary planes. Oh, there, cool. There are two boundary planes to my mind, and they are diametrically opposed. One of them, Mechanus, is the very essence of law, a place where beliefs fit together, interlocking, turning in a massive machine that is the entire plane. Some folks would have it that the gears of Mechanus are the engine that drives the planes. The other plane is Limbo, a swirling morass of chaos that follows no rules, none, and just when a body thinks he's classified its behaviour, it goes and changes on him. Or it doesn't. You just can't tell. I was in Limbo not too long ago. Tell me of your journey. He closes his eyes, remembering. I had a Githzerai guide with me, an anarch who could shape the illogical matter of the plane into forms of his desire. We had fought off the harrying of the Sladi, the chaos creatures who call that plane home. It seemed there was more than usual, but then one can never tell what's usual in Limbo. But I digress. In the midst of all this chaos, we came across a series of huge metal interlocking cubes, like some sort of puzzle box. It wasn't something we had shaped, consciously or not. We couldn't find a way inside. It was like a bastion of order within the confines of disorder, a seed of law. That is the best I can explain it.
Updated my journal.
Right, so, the boundary planes, again. Oh, tell me more of the planes of the Great Ring. So it's number 4 now. The Outlands. The Outlands are absolute neutrality, probably the best place for a body to visit in the Outer Planes. Outside of Sigil, if you don't want to have a plane's morality forced into your heart, everything balances out in the Outlands as it should be. For the plane that sits at the center of the Outer Planes powers, at the center of the Outer Planes, Power's realms are scattered about there, here and there. God, I'm like reading this so badly. About here, and there are handfuls of gate towns that open into the rest of the Outer Planes. The gate towns usually mirror the philosophy of the plane their gates open onto, and if the balance of belief isn't kept in the town slips into the nearby plane. It's a bad situation for everyone because few of the folks in the towns really want that change, but enough of the Outlands. What more would you like to know? Let's go back a few steps to the overview. Tell me of the planes in general. What's the difference? Wait, so if I tell me more about that... Whoa! I have more questions. Hang on. Wait. Oh no, I think I just... What? Oh no! So who are you? Oh, you're a traveller. Tell me of the planes. I'm only on number 1. So what's the difference? So this is what I did there. Yeah, go on. So tell me of the compositions of the planes. I'm pretty sure we did this. So composition is belief. Tell me of the inner planes. Bone deep weariness. Oh! Wait a minute. I had some other questions. I think I do want to do this. So, you're a traveller. So tell me of the outer planes. Divisions in our hearts, you know. I'm not entirely sure if I've read these. Now, the outer planes, where should I start? Do you know the cardinal rule of the planes on which all others are based? Do you know about the composition of the outer planes? Do you know the Great Ring? Divisions of our hearts? Best start from the beginning. The composition. Oh, right, yeah, so it's all about its belief. Tell me about the inner planes. Here we go. So he sighs as if this reminded him of his bone-deep weariness. Think of the inner planes as a globe. On the top pole, you have the positive material plane. On the bottom, you have the negative material. He pauses. Remind me to tell you of the negative. His eyes turn inward to some private horror. From the interaction between the two springs all of the urge for existence and non-existence, death and life, actuality and nothing. From them spring the basic elemental planes like fire, water, air and earth. The para-elemental planes that lie between the 4 basic elements, and the quasi-elemental planes that come from the interaction of the 4 elements with the positive and the negative. So tell me of the negative material plane. His eyes cloud over. I went to the inner planes to discover my true essence. I made the mistake of visiting the negative material plane in order to understand my body's urge to decay and the cycle of death in life. I thought myself protected against the ill effects of the plane with my magic, but I was wrong. The blackness of infinite nothing pressed on my soul, and I was beset by shadows that sought to snuff out my very soul. I lost my way for a time, for an eternity, and nearly lost my existence. I could feel my essence falling away from me, and am even now half gone. Never will I return. How did you survive?
Updated my journal.
How did I survive? He smiles tightly, with a piece of nothing that held back the nothing. Nothing can stop nothing, you know, and so I carried nothing in my hand to protect me. Do you plan to journey to the ultimate negation yourself? You have the smell of desperation about you, and so I make you this gift. Hold it in your hand when the shadows press in, and it should protect you and your friends somewhat, should they remain close to you. He passes you a small black token that looks as if it has no dimensionality to it at all. Thanks, tell me more of the planes. Tell me of prime material. You want to know of the prime? Visit it. The boundless worlds of that plane have an infinite variety, as do the planes, but I cannot encapsulate them as I have here. Suffice it to say, they are the birth of the outer planes, the children of the inner, and they hold limitless potential within their boundaries. Tell me more of the planes. Oh yeah, there we go. So what did you mean when you mentioned negation before? His eyes cloud over. I went to the inner planes to discover my Oh, right, yeah. Okay, thank you. I had more questions. What are you doing? I am fresh back from negation. And I'm trying to restore my essence before it slips away from me altogether. Negation? Right, so that's just the same. I had other questions. What is this place? Unless the cosmos has shifted, or we have been spun into the mazes, I would say that we're in the Smodding Corpse Tavern. What can you tell me of the patrons here? I mind my own business here, Seeker, for I spend too much time away not minding it. Speak to the bartender, if you would learn more of his customers. So, what is this place? Mazes? Aye, the mazes, where the lady dumps those who've displeased her. He makes a small semicircle over his heart as he speaks the lady's name. If you'd know more of the lady in the city, find it out or some such guide. Very well. Looking for a journal I lost. I've seen no journals lately, but for my own, and that has crumpled away into nothingness. My apologies. I had other questions. Do you know a collector named Farad? Farad grew up to be a collector? How long ago was this? When I set out last, he was but an officious stripling in one of the upper wards. Huh. Time does change some people. No, Seeker, I don't know Farad anymore, I'm willing to bet. Very well, farewell. Oh my. Right, well he had a bunch of shit to say. We've still got O to speak to, and then Ignis. Man. Also the demons, but eh. So you see a man. So I was using my mouse to see if I could go onto my second monitor, but I couldn't. It's just because it seemed my monitor was dimmed and then it brightened up all of a sudden. But I think I'm just going crazy. So you see a man standing stock still. He isn't moving a muscle. On closer examination, it appears that he isn't even breathing, just standing. His eye sockets are empty holes in his face. Contained within their bounds is a flat grey light that seems to dance with possibility. Looking into the sockets, the eerie empty feeling of a limitless void shivers through you. As if you had gazed into a sliver of eternity. The head slowly swivels towards you. You notice that no muscles appear to move under his skin as he turns. And he speaks in a pure bell-like tone. Well met, Wanderer. You have forgotten again, haven't you? I get the feeling... Oh, knows me. Yeah, so... Do you know me, stranger? As he opens his mouth, you get the feeling of that feeling of eternity again. Inside his mouth, you see no tongue and no teeth. You see no tongue, no teeth. It's almost as if this man were a shell surrounding an illimitable expanse. I've spoken with you before, and always you forget. Your endless quest to discover yourself ends always in your amnesia. You draw close to the truth and recoil. Let us hope that you have the strength to enjoy your existence. What do you know of me? How do you know this? I know that you, like a fly, rise up from the wreckage of your old shell, buzz about for a time, and curl up and die at the window of truth. You bumble about the pain, seeking the light without any plan for your actions, and fall exhausted when you fail. You rely on others to feed from them for a time, and then move on with no regard to them. I've watched you come here... Wait. I've watched you come here and listen to your words, and watched you move away no wiser. Will you learn from your mistakes, Seeker? I don't think I like your tone. Through his face... though his face does not smile, the humour is evident in his voice. Is your answer to all your problems to fight blindly? Are you no more than a biting insect, or will you achieve a thought at some point in your pitiful existence? Who are you to speak to me this way? I am O. For some reason when he speaks his name, it sounds like he's speaking of much more than a single letter. As if the speaking of his name contained untold possibilities and nuances. No human tongue could ever create such a sound. What are you? It is my name. It is the name of a portion of eternity. Okay, so... Portion of eternity. I am a letter in the divine alphabet. Understanding me leads to understanding existence. I am writ in the true names of half of everything. My being encompasses truth. I am mathematic, organic, and metaphysic. So what does that mean? The divine alphabet is writ in the name of everything that exists, from the seed at the hearts of the elemental planes to the core of the great beyond. My brothers and sisters, a single word translates into the two in your mind, and I reach across all that is, was, or ever shall be. We are thought, and reality, and concept, and the unimaginable. Tell me about the great beyond. You would not understand, no mortal possibly could. It is beyond the powers of comprehension of all but the most powerful of powers, and once they understand, they move beyond the veil of mortal comprehension. I can explain it no more than that. Perhaps sometime you will understand. So what are you doing here? Why, I am watching the ebb and flow of mortality. What do you seek? You mortals are like wasps. You build your lives and nests, from the slimmest of branches. And when the wind shakes your home life free, you seek to sting the wind to death, instead of realizing your foolish mistakes, attempting to repair the damage you have caused yourselves, and learning from your experience. God, You bring harm to any who have the misfortune to blunder near you in your time of pain and distress. My advice to you, to all mortals, stop acting like an insect and start acting sentient. I'll think about that in the meantime, and some more questions. What was that you were saying about the Divine Alphabet? So, then that means you know all the secrets of existence, doesn't it? I know parts of many of them. Without a connection to my brothers and sisters, I am but a letter. Alone I am a symbol. Combined we are language and power. So, you don't know the secrets of existence. I did not say that. A letter is still a powerful force, even on its own. Allow me to show you. He opens his mouth wider and wider still. The mask of his face tears around his eyes, mouth, and nose, revealing that hint of eternity you glimpsed earlier. You are lost in it, adrift in it, a part of it. You return to your mundane senses and realize that O has vanished, yet somehow your horizons have expanded, enlightenment has brushed you, however briefly, across the brow. That was indescribable. Whoa! Oh my god, he's disappeared! And I got +1 wisdom? What the shit? Ha ha ha! I have exceptional willpower. And wisdom. 16! Oh man, I didn't realize he was going to disappear. That sucks. I kind of want to see what he looks like. Oh god, he looks weird. Holy... Oh. His constitution and dexterity are quite high, and his strength. Damn. What's Mort's strength? 12. He is mostly constitution and dexterity, whereas I'm kind of like a rounded. It's like my strength is my best. Not best. Wisdom's my best, mostly because, you know, that increases the amount of XP you get from dialogue and quests. I think it's actually just from dialogue. It might be from quests as well, not entirely sure. Also, what I want to do is speak with Dakon. There we go. So Dakon turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. His blade mirrors his eyes for a moment as you address him. Then he nods. What is your will? There are things I would like to know, Dakon. There! Can I talk to you about your teachings? Dakon awaits. Can you teach me anything of weaponcraft, Dakon? Shakes his head. I can redirect one toward the craft of war, but I cannot advance their skill. My weapons are not of steel, but of will, and knowing of the self. Oh well, if I ever need to resume the fighter profession, I'll ask you. I had some other questions. Can I talk to you about your teachings? Can you teach me anything about, or anything of the art, Dakon? Know that I am not a teacher in this, but know that I may serve as a guide. I do not know how humans come to be versed in the art, but when you learn the art, return and ask again. I'm asking you when I'm a mage then. In the meantime, I had some other questions. Okay. I had some questions about the Githzerai. There it is. Right, so he waits. I had some questions about their language. He waits. Can you teach me the ways in which your people speak? Know that the speech of the people has its foundation in history. All things are as story to us. Metaphor is a tool and an inspiration to the strength. Know when we speak of Torrig's table, we remember that Torrig was noted for his hospitality and goodwill. When we speak of Selkant's heart, we recall the lecherous and cruel nature of Selkant. I understand. Will you teach me? Yeah, there we go. Dakon teaches you some of the common forms of speech. A wise man is said to have wrote the book of the Anarchs, while to accuse another of treason is to remember. Vilquar's eye. It is said of generous people that their cupboards are bare. Common greetings include Hail, Swordringer, and Zerchai's kin bow to you, to which one should respond. And the traveller is pleased. Dakon is a skilled teacher. After his instruction, you feel capable of exchanging proper greetings with other Githzerai. Thanks, Dakon. There are other things I wish I would know. There actually isn't. Never mind. Let us leave. Actually, no, we're not leaving yet. I think I've spoke with everybody. Apart from Ignis. And my throat is really starting to hurt. So what actually happens if I try and speak with him? This crackling, billowing creature twists slowly above an iron grill upon the floor of the bar. It may have once been human, but now its skin is charred beyond recognition. Streams of fire form a wreath around the creature's body, and the flames lick at the few remaining pockets of flesh, causing them to bubble and run like wax down the creature's skeletal frame. Examine the smouldering corpse. The heat surrounding this creature is incredible. To your surprise, the iron grill the creature floats above has sagged and bent from the heat. At first you thought the heat came from the grill, but now you realise it emanates from the creature as you watch flakes of ash drift from the writhing corpse. Oh god. And float slowly to the ceiling. Greetings? The thing makes no response. It writhes slowly within the flames. It lives, but it does not seem aware of anything other than the fire that surrounds it. Its skin is flame, its heart is flame, and you know within some shadowed corner of your memory that this thing is dangerous. Examining the creature is just the same, leave it alone. Okay, I guess we're done in here. I mean, I've been in here for like an hour, so it's understandable. Yeah, like I've spent a long frickin' time here. Ah, great. Killed him! Holy fuck. That was awesome. Nice! Ah, that was the best. Did I actually... I can't remember if I exchanged... Hey, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I'm going, you don't have to make... You don't have to pester me. Oh yeah, I never even went back to him, did I? Oops. Such a good job I came back here. Elias. Well, I just want to ask you some questions. Look, I apologise for what I said to you before, I just need some questions answered. I don't think I'd like to apologise to you. He appears entirely shocked, as if the notion of apologies is alien to him. You wish to apologise? That's what I said. I suppose, okay. That didn't really help. I don't know if I did anything. I'm certain maybe I did speak with him. So, who are you? I have not. So what world are you from? How did you get here? I get it, you're one of the clueless. That sounds like quite an adventure. No, it's not looking like there's anything I can say. Where are you from? The River Tame. How'd you get here? Maybe I did get the XP from him, and I just don't remember. Either way, Marcus, I did your duty. You won't be having trouble with Mokai again. I got 8,000 XP, Jesus. Then friend, you have full bar privileges, for free, anything you want, anytime. That must have been a pretty big tab she ran up. You don't know the half of it, you want a drink now? No, but I'll be back. Yay! Free booze! Woohoo! I think the other thing I'll do... I was about to say, where's Nameless One? Or the Immortal. Right. You could probably call him anything, really. My name's John. Or Dave. Dave would be better. I love how I say the name Dave. Oh no, it's just heavily accent. Great. How are we all missing? Are you shitting me? There we go. Holy bloody hell. Damn it. I'll be resting once I finish the session, so it's fine. Oh, come on, duck on. Kill him. Yeah, leave him. They're running away like little bitches. Oh, whoa! Quick loot. Hey, we got Clock Charm. Nice. And money. Right, now let's just get rid of the other two bitches. One's over here, and the other guy's running an exit, which I don't want. But as long as I target him, it shouldn't matter. Oh no, that poor guy, he got completely cornered. There he is. No. I don't think I'll be able to attack him. He left! No, he didn't. Oh, whoa. I really want to attack him. Will this work? Where's he going? Hold up. What the shit? Oh my god, that was so weird. We ran so far. I wouldn't have been able to do that usually. Are we being attacked again? Are you serious? You shitting me, man? Yeah, it must be. The music's just not changed. No, I think it started the combat music and then stopped. Right, we need to find Ingress, which is going to be a pain because she'll probably be running around like normal. Ugh. No, these are just dust dudes. Ingress, where you at? Oh, right, she is still just stood there. Perfect. Greetings, Ingress. Ingress, I found someone who can take you back to your home plane. Ingress falls silent. I want to go home, want to leave this place. His name is Kendrian. He should be along shortly to help you. Trust him, alright? Ingrid says nothing, merely nods quietly, her teeth chattering inside her mouth. I'll go back and meet Kendrian at the Smoldering Corpse Bar and make sure everything turned out alright. Be strong, Ingrid.
My journal.
Hey, we did it! Right, so now all I need to do is go back to the Smoldering Corpse Bar and speak with what's-his-face. And that should be it. And I think that'll be a good time to end the session. Whew. Can't believe how much time I spent in the bar. Not surprising. Not particularly. Well, no, because there was a lot of different, like, unique people you can talk to, so it makes sense. But still, kind of crazy. Sheesh. Oh, God. Right, so... Kendrian. Oh, bollocks.
Right.
Is he? He's still in the same place. Oh, I just couldn't see him. He blends in. My goodness. Oh, here we go. Kendrian stands as you approach him. The Tooth Woman wanted you to have these, he says, holding out his hand. She wanted to express her thanks, even out the balance book, as it were, and be done with the damned things. The palm of his hands are Ingris's dancing teeth. He smoothly deposits them into your hand. Enjoy them, Seeker. Yay! I got 750. Nice. Right there. I think that's a good enough time to end the session. Oh wait, yeah, I want to rest. Shoot. If I want to rest, I want to go back to my tomb. Basically. Cool your heels here, kiddo. This game's so good. If you don't like reading, then it's a game that will be terrible. I admit that. But it... just the story's so... I don't want to say heavy, but invested. Where the hell's the entrance? Shit, I don't remember. I thought it was here. Oh wait, no, it's... Wait, is it? Yeah, it must be. Hold up. It's there. Open tomb. Why be tomb not open? Oh, there we go. Entrance is here? What a weird place to click. Right there. Boom. Perfect. We can rest. Where's there?
I'm gone.
Oh shit. I rest for 16 hours. So it's currently PM. So it's still day. Perfect. By the way, that's going to be the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, take care.